Hey guys, this is Mario from ESCO, and I'm an IP attorney here in LA, California. So we get a lot of people ask us on a daily basis or weekly basis or what could they do to kind of stop hijackers even if they don't have a trademark or brand registry. So one thing I've been advising them is to kind of really brand their product. At the end of the day, we are doing private label, so make sure you guys go ahead and brand the products. Here's what I mean. Let's go to everyone's favorite PL product, garlic peeler. So if we look at these products, here's one, here's two, here's three. We'll just grab those three. It looks very generic. They don't have their brand name anywhere, and I don't know if they have it on their packaging, so let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything. So this is a PL product, or at least it looks like it, by ACE-Rich. And they really haven't done private label. They just grab the generic product and throw it on there and throw it on Amazon. And the only thing that really makes this a PL product, or quote unquote PL product, is that they've got their own listing for ACE-Rich. So again, what I suggest is you guys actually go ahead and put your brand name on the product. Let's take a look at the next listing. Let's make sure it's a PL product. This also looks like a PL product. And again, I'm not seeing their brand name on anywhere on their product. So let's take a look at the third listing we pulled up. Again, thinking this is a PL product. Let's see what he's got here. Cooks. So there's two people on here, and looks like Cooks Innovations. That's the brand name, and that's the seller. So looks like they already have a hijacker at a higher price, but someone else on their listing. And again, it's very easy for hijackers to jump on listings like this just because the product is so generic. That's one thing that you guys could do if you don't have a trademark or brand registry yet, is go ahead and label the products. So I'll show you what a good example looks like. Let me close these out. That's a good example. See how they just got their brand name printed on it? Now, a hijacker, it's more difficult for them to go ahead and print out the brand name on the product and then kind of jump on your listing. What hijackers seem to be doing, in our experience, is they'll usually jump on listings like this or the other three that we looked at previously a minute ago, are the listings that seem very generic. The product itself looks generic, but here, that's another good example of what you should be doing. They don't have looks like they don't have their brand name. That might be their logo. Maybe yes, maybe no. But at least they have the packaging, the Alpha Grillers. You know what? That actually right there towards the end looks like it might be laser engraved or something. That might be their logo. But they've got the nice packaging, the instructions, how to use the press, and everything. So this makes it a lot more difficult for a hijacker to jump on the listing, just because they've got to go ahead and create a lot more of the actual product, meaning the packaging, getting printed, getting the instructions printed, and all of that. Let me show you guys another good example that I saw on here. Here we go. So again, we saw this brand before, but see how they've got their brand name laser engraved. This makes it a lot more difficult for hijackers to jump on it, to jump on the listing. Because what we've seen hijackers do is, for example, they'll go ahead and bring in generic looking garlic peelers or whatever the product is. We're looking at garlic peelers right now, so we'll talk about this. But they'll bring in generic looking garlic peelers from Asia or anywhere else, and they'll jump on this listing. And they could easily go ahead and order these from the manufacturer just because there's no customization to it. again, I can't say this enough. You guys are in the business of doing private label, so go ahead and label your products. So that's one thing. Let me see what else I wanted to cover. Oh, and also something else that also makes it difficult for hijackers or prevents them or kind of makes it more difficult for hijackers to jump on your listing is if you're bundling. And we kind of saw that. There is one example. They've got 2 products. That's another example. But let's go back to the one that we were looking at that I thought did a good job with branding their product. So they've got the garlic peeler, but they've also got this. So, and that little brush right there. So again, this makes it a lot more difficult for hijackers to jump on there, just because it's a lot more work for them to do. So I know I've said this before, but kind of put yourself in the shoes of the hijacker. If you were going to jump on a listing, would you go through the trouble of getting these manufactured with that brand name on it and creating the box or all of that, rather than, or would you just go ahead and order generic looking things like this and jump on this listing? I think hopefully the answer is obvious that this is a lot more difficult. So again, the second thing you guys could do is, if you guys are bundling, that makes it more difficult too, because then they've got to go find that product, that product, that product, and do the packaging and the branding on the actual product. So those are a couple things that you guys could do. And also with the whole branding, putting your brand name on the actual product, here's something else that it helps you with. So let me pull up this listing again. If this is your brand and this is your product, and you've got a hijacker on it, and you go ahead and create a test order, do a test order, take pictures of the product and all of that, and you send it to Amazon and say and tell them that this person, this hijacker, is selling an inauthentic version of your product, Amazon reps are going to look at the pictures that you have on here and compare it to the pictures that you took from the test order. And if they look the same, as in if they're garlic peelers, these rolls, and they're the same color and same quantity, it's going to be very difficult for them to kind of decide that, yeah, this is an inauthentic product, just because you haven't done anything to customize it. So again, if you guys are doing private label, make sure you guys are actually labeling your products, putting your brand on it. And again, it doesn't have to be anything complicated or anything expensive. What this brand could have done is, for very cheap, put at least a sticker on it, which the end user could remove the sticker, but at least the sticker will have their brand name on it. Again, this isn't a foolproof method to stop hijackers, but the way I look at it, it's like having a 10-foot fence around your listing. It just makes it more difficult for them to kind of jump on your listing. So hopefully this video helped. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe, and we'll have a little bit more details in the description as far as how you guys can follow us.